A peace agreement has just been signed by Armenia and Azerbaijan, the two former Soviet Union states that have been involved in military disputes in recent months. The war has killed thousands of people and forced thousands of others to flee. The center of the dispute is in the Nagorno-Karabakh region, which Azerbaijan claims as their sovereign territory, but has so far been controlled by ethnic Armenians. The two countries had fought bloody wars in the late 1980s and early 1990s. The war continues to this day to lead to continuing armed conflict. Nagorno-Karabakh is part of Azerbaijan, but the majority of the region's population has an Armenian ethnic background. However, when some members of the Soviet Union challenged their independence in the 1980s, Nagorno-Karabakh citizens chose to join Armenia. This decision sparked a conflict that only ended with a ceasefire in 1994. At the end of the conflict, Nagorno-Karabakh remained part of Azerbaijan but was controlled by ethnic Armenian separatists supported by the Armenian government. Until recently, peace negotiations that were mediated by influential countries in the world failed to be agreed upon. Armenia is a predominantly Christian country. Meanwhile, the biggest religion in Azerbaijan is Islam. Turkey has close relations with Azerbaijan, while Russia is allied with Armenia, although Russia also has good relations with Azerbaijan. The Caucasus is a mountainous region of strategic importance in southeastern Europe. Over the centuries, various forces in the region, both Christian and Muslim, have competed for control there. Modern Armenia and Azerbaijan were part of the Soviet Union when it was formed in the 1920s. Nagorno-Karabakh is an ethnic Armenian majority area, but the Soviets gave control of the territory to the Azerbaijani authorities. It was only after the Soviet Union began to collapse in the late 1980s that a regional parliament in Nagorno-Karabakh formally elected to join Armenia. Azerbaijan at that time tried to suppress the movement that wanted Nagorno-Karabakh to become part of Armenia. On the other hand, Armenia supports the group. This situation led to ethnic clashes. After Armenia and Azerbaijan declared independence from the Soviet Union, war broke out between the two countries. Tens of thousands of people died in that war. About 1 million people were displaced. The two sides are suspected of committing genocide and ethnic cleansing. Most of the refugees in the war were Azerbaijanis. The Armenian army controlled Nagorno-Karabakh before a Russian-mediated ceasefire was agreed in 1994. After the deal, Nagorno-Karabakh remained part of Azerbaijan. However, the territory was controlled by Armenian separatists who declared a separate republic. The Armenian government has publicly supported them. The ceasefire agreement also contained the Nagorno-Karabakh contact line. Its aim was to separate the Armenian and Azerbaijani forces. Also read: 2,317 Armenian soldiers killed in war against Azerbaijan in Nagorno-Karabakh. Since the ceasefire, peace talks have been explored by the Minsk Group's Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe, OSCE. It is a body formed in 1992, chaired by France, Russia and the United States. However, the clashes continued. Serious turmoil in 2016 killed dozens of soldiers, both Armenian and Azerbaijani. The conflict was further complicated by the geopolitical situation. NATO member state Turkey was the first country to recognize Azerbaijan's independence in 1991. Turkey's former president, Azeri Haytar Aliyev, once called his country and Azerbaijan one nation, two countries. Both, according to him, have a culture and are inhabited by citizens of the Turkish nationality. Turkey does not have official relations with Armenia. In 1993, Turkey closed their border with Armenia. The policy was to show their support for Azerbaijan during the war in Nagorno-Karabakh. Meanwhile, Armenia is on good terms with Russia. Russia has a military base in Armenia. The two countries are members of the Collective Security Treaty Organization, CSTO, military alliance. But Russia's president, Vladimir Putin, also has close ties with Azerbaijan. In 2018, there was a peaceful revolution in Armenia when the regime led by Sir Sargsyan collapsed. The leader of the pro-revolution group, Nikol Pashinyan, was elected Prime Minister of Armenia after the year's election. Pashinyan then agreed with the president of Azerbaijan, Ilham Aliyev, to reduce tensions. They created the first military contact center that would bridge the two countries. In 2019, Armenia and Azerbaijan jointly declared the need to take concrete steps to prepare the population for peace. However, this year, for several months, tensions between the two countries have increased. There was also intense armed fighting in Nagorno-Karabakh. It is not clear who started the conflict last July. The events of the month took casualties on both sides. The battles for Armenia and Azerbaijan ended this November when they agreed to sign a peace deal that was mediated by Russia. Based on this document, Azerbaijan will defend some of the areas it controlled during the conflict. As for Armenia, it will withdraw troops from several areas adjacent to the region.